Ippo's evolution is almost complete. His comeback is inevitable. But what happens if he gets punch drunk again? We got the new Dempsey roll, we got insane footwork, but there's something else that has changed. And the trigger for that change has been none other than Takamura. Ippo was watching him deliver a technical masterclass. The main theme of that fight was the left hand. The person who controls the left controls the world. Kamogawa said this to Ippo during the fight, and Takamura was demonstrating it. Sometimes it's a spear, sometimes a sword, and sometimes an axe. You need to master using this blade. This will completely change the way Ippo looks at boxing. Look at Takamura's left hand. He starts with the left hook and forces his opponent to guard his right side. And then he transitions to a jab instead. The sword became a spear. What does this mean for Ippo? As he sees Takamura, he thinks about the day one when he began his boxing journey. Those were good jabs. He gets so hyped up that he runs home and throws a jab with full force. Do you know how excited you have to be to throw a jab outside in the darkness? He says Takamura is a fighter type just like him. That's how I need to use my left. Mind you, he's retired already in this chapter. He literally says that's how he needs to do it, but it gets better. After getting home, we see Ippo with his buzz cut fade practicing jabs in his room. He literally gets enlightened like Isaac Newton and starts scribbling his thoughts on paper. He thinks about his old style that almost gave him CTE. In order to slip and push in, he first had to dodge a punch. Only then would he be in range to hit back. And then force an infight. But that meant he wasn't doing anything himself. All he was doing was waiting around for a chance to step forward. The meaning of this sentence is so deep, bro. He was waiting for others to dictate his rhythm. Likewise, he was waiting for Kamogawa to give him meaning and direction. He was aimless. He dives deep into his career. When did I start doing this in the first place? He means the face tank no jutsu. By the time I fought Datte, the signs were already there. After I found the Dempsey roll, it must have just gotten worse. He was always leaning forward to build up power, and his opponent was aiming for exactly the moment he jumped in. That's exactly what happened with Kojima when Ippo absorbed that insane counter. If Kojima had more power, Ippo might have retired even back then. And now he compares that to Takamura. He was constantly throwing out his left, which means it wasn't only a power punch. Something else forced his opponent to retreat. This is also what Ricardo does. They throw their left hands with no fear if they lose an exchange. What matters is to continue throwing out lefts. In other words, it's okay to lose the exchange. And now listen to this. This is the turnaround. Maybe if I'd known that earlier, my damage wouldn't have been as big. Maybe I wouldn't have been forced to retire. Maybe now I could do it right this time. This time. Do you hear this? Do it right this time. Takamura has shown Ippo how to do it without even saying it out loud. A way to protect his brain from damage. Kamogawa will be the trigger for Ippo's comeback, and Takamura will show Ippo how to do it. Look at this panel. Volk's coach said it himself not too long ago. Makunuchi and his coach. As long as they hesitate to put their finger on the trigger, that seed will be buried in the ground forever. I think after Ricardo vs Sendo ends and Sendo's grandmother passes away, Ippo will find out about Kamogawa. It's about time Takamura tells him. There's nothing holding him back. Since he saw Ricardo throwing those majestic jabs, he even forgot Kumi's name. The wind has no ties. No one can hold it back.